Also, let's start a YouTube video here for the grand final. Wanna start? Yes, yes, yes. And Heav just drove second local. I had a really good run here because I always struggled with this waiting map. And he of course said no. And I already assumed that it is due to him not getting the local record. He said he's going to the bathroom real quick. Yeah, surely. Yeah, how does this mode work now? 4 players qualified, 2 of each semi. I qualified with Jaakaah on semi-final 1. Heav and Gladavicom qualified on semi-final 2. It was a triple finalist situation on server 2 between Gladavicom, Rin and Jaakaah. Gladavicom had the most points, was very early in the finalist status, but struggled to close it out. But in this last opportunity, he actually managed to make it. Now comes the grand final. There is prizes, I don't know what. Overall 300 euros worth, but I didn't really find it last night. The grand final, however, starts now with some training. We will start with practicing and warming up on a new track that we all need to learn now in 20 minutes. So basically the standard FLL, you get a new track, you have 20 minutes of time to learn it. How we are used to it. And this is what we will do now in the beginning. But there is not a risk of getting eliminated here. We will just warm up and then we start with the grand final. The grand final will be on the 3 trained maps that we already played in the semi-final, plus also on the new track. And will be reverse cup mode like a normal FLL, but this time it's reverse cup mode with only 4 players, where it makes more sense. And it is reverse cup mode with changing the map. Yeah, because we have then 4 maps in total and switch through them. And here we go. So the new track could be very important because obviously on the trained maps there are certain people very good on it. Heav is extremely strong on the pace of course, but he was also quite consistent. Gladavicom has incredible pace, but he had also a lot of crashes in his semi-final. And Jaakaah was pretty consistent. And we had many close rounds, and it could have gone either way in our semi-final, who takes more first places. There were, I think, 3 or 4 rounds where I beat him closely, so it could have been also the other way around. But well, there I played without any warm-up. Now I could warm up on the map, so hopefully I'm doing a bit better now pace-wise. Kinda need the pace to get decent points, or not too many minus points. Alright, we will start. And let's discover the track. It's called Thin Road. Ah. This is gonna be an important corner, I can already tell. And here... Wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. Holy moly. Would be also Granadi map with the precision. Ah, now on ice. Oh my god, what's this? Ah, I slid out. Okay, what the map? And we all finished quite at the same time. But yeah, I will do now my training. on each checkpoint. Let's restart because I want to get an even nicer inside line here in the start. Exactly like that. Yeah, can this be full speed? No. Guess it's a small slide, but then let's put this here very outside. So here the lines are a bit unclear, because you can take everything also super inside, obviously. So what is this turn? You cannot backslide due to the icy tires. Yeah, looking at this, I want to ideally go quick into this and I have to avoid that, of course. A 1:00.36. No respawn. Yo, Epiphany. Thank you. Also this is a difficult part. And there is not much on this track. Komm. Okay, this would be a 1:00.50. It's a new track now that we have to learn for the final. The strongest player? I guess Bren or Binks. I did check the stats. So the question is really, what is the best line there? How tight do you want to take the road? This is a shit line. I cannot go that high through the CP. Even though I want to cut basically as much freebie as possible. Still annoying in this airtime that I'm getting. Or do I want to avoid that? One 0.5. Very close to Gladavicom. Now, there's obviously not a lot to do on this track. It has barely any corners for the length that it has. This is now the super outside line. I'm ahead. But I overjumped this by miles. Holy moly. Okay. Look how close it is with Heav and with Gladavicom. But Heav will improve. That's for sure. And I did also improve. I lost a bit into the finish. We still have 7 minutes. It's a bit easy. Yes, Sub-Zero. When you're bored, then stuff like that happens. I mean, I think it's pretty logic, no? You wait, you know you have to wait now 1 hour. It is boring to drive the map forward the way you trained it. So what else can you do? Your house actually backwards driving. How does it actually work with the canyon car? Let's just go backwards, guys. And then suddenly you realize, wait. Also first of all, it's very difficult, you realize. But then you realize, like, wait. If you survive, you get faster. A lot faster than you can be forwards. Oh my god, I improved by 1000 with this insane inside finish. Yeah, he's struggling a bit, but also he has a lot of time. Or he just doesn't finish a run. I think that was too much oversteer. Zilla was quite fast. This would have been good. I don't even have the author time, I just realized. But I have this, the splits to get it, so it doesn't matter too much. I know how to get it. Look, Jaakaah, he actually... he's now ahead of me, you see. He was even in those splits. It is a very, very weird finish. Also the blindness makes it difficult. Yeah, just Heav things. I mean, I also wondered if you could maybe slow down so much that you take it completely no slide. Also, no drift at all. But yeah, it's unclear. The climax of the FastLearnLeague arrives. Alright, so this was the map. And after that we will now begin with the Grand Final. The Grand Final will be played in reverse cup mode, which means we will have 130 points in the beginning, and after every round we will lose points. And then comes also the LastChance mode into play in the end. This time not with 12 players, but with only 4 players. As long as we are 4 players, the first place is not losing any point. In that moment when we are 3 or 2 players, even first place loses points, but just not that many. And we will go through all the 4 maps. I haven't watched Beacon. But yeah, reverse cup mode with LastChance. Okay, yeah, I think it's also 2 points here. Same point repetition as Beacon. There we have it. Shall I write I didn't watch Beacon? If you DNF, you lose more points than if you finish last. Okay. But no, I'm not writing anything, I just want that it starts. I'm pretty tired. I just wanted to go quick. I don't know how many rounds per map, but we will figure that out pretty quick. Five rounds per map is quite a lot, because that would mean that, okay, it's not Finalist mode of course, it's only LastChance. But it can heavily depend on which map it ends kinda, if you have 5 rounds in a row on the same. Even though I think that we are kinda close together on many tracks. Don't be surprised, fast forward is allowed, enabled. What does it mean, fast forward? I mean, I'm trying to go fast forward. I hope it's also enabled for me. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go fast forward. Skip admins before Heav is beating my local record here. Yeah, nice. Let's go. Grand final about to start. 130 points for everyone. It will take a while. Unless you do really bad, of course. Then you can also, but it's still, if you always finish, then at least costs you 13 rounds to get towards 0. So that's still something. And we start with a new track. That makes sense. It would be weird if we then only played once in the rotation. Oh, minus 12 points? Or as long as he's not finishing at least. Okay. Oh my god. Oh! 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 Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh. Nice first round for Jaakaah. Wow. That was a bit shaky there. Interesting. First and third is better than 2 second places. Not gonna lie, I could have won both rounds. Always here I drop into second. He had a gear issue. Yeah, it's 3 rounds per map. Okay. I have 12 points on Jaakaah. To be honest, first places are quite important actually. It's 4 points difference, you know, and there were 2 rounds where it was pretty much possible to get that. Nah. I got third? Nah. Can't believe that Jaakaah actually got a better ending. In the semi-final, it was always... and Heav was last even, boy. In the semi-final, it was always the other way around. I was beating Jaakaah in the end. Sadly started with a kind of poor start now. Okay, I avoided last place this time. Level is good on this track. But to be honest, the 113s, in theory I can drive them. I just lost a lot in the beginning already. Dude. 3 times third. First map 3 times second. Of course, now we drive the other maps where they are trained. And Gladavicom and Heav showed some really serious pace on these tracks. On 2 of the maps they have first and second local record, and on the other map they have been also both in front of me though. Very bad start. Had to release a lot. Nice. That was the maximum possible in this round. It was the first time that I didn't make the jump. I jumped a tiny bit too diagonal. 89 points. Three times second. And Heav 3 times first. That really takes a long time, holy shit, eh? Oh Gott. That was like an anti-speed slide. Yeah, it's a bit annoying because it was a super free win. And then Jaakaah gets it, you know. Like whenever there was a win possible, I didn't have my best lap. Ach man, eyes and gears. I had everything under control. That was an easy second place for me. And I had even a good line for it and everything. And then I did one brake tap, and my car lost a gear due to the brake tap or something. Maximum weird. Like I had easily the angle, the line. And then when the car should gain speed, it was losing speed instead. And obviously it did cost me 2 positions. Okay, at least I sniped now for a second, within 0.89. But there was more possible on this track. It could have been another 3 second places, and ideally it could have been a first, a second, and a second place. And the important thing of the second place in the second round would have been that Jaakaah and Gladavicom are then 3rd and 4th and lose more points. Like I lost, of course I'm mostly fighting against those 2 players. And it's then a bit hurting when those 2 players overtake me. So then I dropped both of these positions, they both gained 3 points. I lose 6 points, that was not helpful.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire.
Plus that Jaakaah was in the front of me in the first round. But yeah, we are back here. There was one map rotation. I just can't win around. It's incredible, right? Like when Heav is not there, then one of the other 2 is getting a run in. That is just beating me, barely. Damn. Boah, Gladavicom. Yeah, too bad. I didn't get a good start anymore now, this icy part. It's not as good as in the first rotation. I had now a second and 3 third places. And I know that I can try 59 consistent, man. But in 2 of the 3 rounds I didn't get a good IC tire part. And lost a bunch of time there. And I also struggle still with this jump into the checkpoint. Okay. It doesn't really help me when Heav is last in the battle against the other two. 1-1-4-4-1-4. And I make -4. Okay, so we managed to put Jaakaah into the last chance mode. And Gladavicom and myself are even in points. And identity is a part that sticks out, that is basically the theme of the map. The main obstacle, the final boss, sometimes. Because often it's also in front of the finish. But basically something that identifies the map. That you can say, ah yeah, the map with this thing, and then you know exactly which map is meant. And here's these last two transitions. And also on this map now it's very obvious, it's the wall rides in the end. They are also twice. I won a round! Yeah. But Jaakaah's still alive. Yes, I overtook him, and with that Jaakaah's out. Oh, that would have been so annoying if I save him now. But that top 3 is secured. Also guys, so far in this whole match, yeah, I was only one single time last on the map where we now move to. And I was one single time first, and all other rounds were second or third. Let's see if it's okay. He gets only -9 points with the new point system. So he has 1 point. Damn. had to release massively. Okay. Now it matters, guys. To knock him out. That wasn't possible here, but I avoided to move into the last chance myself by not getting last. The problem is that we currently drive Gladavicom stronger maps. This map, and in the second rotation he did very good on the new learned map. On those two he is just very difficult to beat. On the map that we played before this, where Jaakaah got knocked out, their Gladavicom is very inconsistent. But I have to beat him here on these maps. And I hope that Heav is not doing any unfair play. Like Heav has such a big lead, he is sure to win. And if he sees the Gladavicom would get knocked out, he could of course do something to let him through, just to annoy me. I mean, he did that already in another cup with some other Frenchies. I hope he doesn't do it now. And if he does it, I hope it has consequences. Because he himself has no advantages from doing that. It would be just against one player in that case. Yes! We got it! Second place! So now I need to beat Heav how often? I think it's now -4 and -8. So he would always get -8. So I need to beat him 9 rounds in a row, I think. I think he's on a very fast time because I think that I'm also driving my best run from the rounds phase. Had to try here, Ditto 0.4. GG. Yeah, very unlikely that he does a Granadi. Only Granadi can do Granadi. But yeah, I'm very happy. I mean, I knew from the beginning, like, Heav is way too trained, way too fast. But I was looking at the second place, if I can get that. And that worked out. Really happy with that. It was, especially I'm happy about this incredibly clean cup. Like already the semi-final, barely any mistake, no, never last and so on. Or never third. I think I was in the whole semi-final in the top 2. Every single round. And also here, mega clean. It was only one single 4th place. And then when we were 3 players, obviously then it can happen by pace. But it was also not too bad with these last places. It was barely any mistakes, like really, really good. Really happy with that. Yeah, could have done a bit faster times here and there and it would have given me some first places, but in the end it doesn't matter. Like Heav was way too far away, as if that would have made a difference in the end. The thing is with this point system, it is basically 10-6-4 reverted. But the 3 points that you usually get at the 10-6-4-3, where 4th and 3rd place are close together, this is like the big difference here. Because here that's another 4 points gap, not a 1 point gap. And this is the reason why it's so important here to also not getting last. Like imagine you would have instead of 10-6-4-3 just 10-6-4-0. Imagine this would be normal cup mode with finalists, but you have this point system. Last place gets nothing. Then you really want to avoid getting last because you can't really move forward. And in 10-6-4-3 it doesn't really matter if you get 3rd or 4th. It's really unimportant. But here this is important to land in the middle. You have to kind of decide between, do you go full risk for first places with a risk of getting last and then losing everything, or do you take it safe and you always end up in the middle? And my decision is obvious. Yeah.